connected. So we'll wait just a couple moments and wait for people to get connected and situated. And for today, all you need is a place to sit. You don't need anything fancy. Meditation doesn't need anything fancy. Just us, our minds, our breath, our body, and a degree of release. So today what I wanted to share before we went into meditation was something that I've been reading recently. And this is called the Atma Upanishad. And the Atma Upanishad is the translation from Eknath Eshvaran. So translations vary a little bit differently depending on the language translation. So the Atma Upanishad states, Purusha manifests itself three ways. And Purusha is like the all-pervading soul. Purusha manifests itself three ways: as an outer, inner, and the supreme self. Skin, flesh, vertebral column, hair, fingers, toes, nails, ankles, stomach, navel, hips, thighs, cheeks, eyebrows, forehead, head, eyes, ears, arms, sides, blood vessels, and nerves. These make up the outer self, the body, which is subject to birth and death. The inner self perceives the outside world. The outside world made up of earth, water, fire, air, and space. And I'm going to paraphrase just a little bit. The inner self becomes the victim of likes and dislikes, pleasure, pain, delusion, and doubt. It knows all the subtleties of language, enjoys dance, music, and all the fine arts, delights in the senses, recalls the past, reads the scriptures, and is able to act. This is the mind, the inner person. But then we referred to a third. The supreme self can be realized through the path of yoga. Subtler than the banyan seed, subtler than the tiniest grain, even subtler than the 100,000th part of a hair. This self cannot be grasped, cannot be seen. The supreme self is neither born nor dies. It cannot be burned, moved, pierced, cut, nor dried. It is beyond all attributes, the supreme self. It is the eternal witness, ever pure, indivisible, uncompounded, far beyond the senses and the ego, so the mind and our sense organs. It is far beyond the conflicts and expectations. It is omnipresent, beyond all thought, without action in the external world, without action in the internal world, detached from the outer and inner. The supreme self purifies the impure. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And, earlier this week I was playing with butterflies like usual at this time of the year. And one of the little butterflies, was born with a little defect and passed away. And I wanted to write a little poem, and I had been reading in that Upanishad. And so the poem came out, Soul Releases Prakriti. So, Prakriti is our physical body. And when we no longer are living or incarnate in our body, the soul releases the physical body, the Prakriti. Prana dances back to Smriti. The prana, the life force which enlivens us, dances back to Smriti, our remembrance. And that reminds us, too, that at the time of our physical death, we need to fix our minds upon our remembrance of where we will go, not to the fear, not to the things that we may still want to accomplish, or our desires, our attachments. We want to let go of those at the time that the prana dances back to smriti. When's our time? We never know. Till the light it shines a brilliant show, transcending flight into beauty, creating space for newfound duty. Fix the mind on God each day, each breath. Find the space of God each step, each death. See the face of God each smile, each frown, and be the light of God each life, each crown. So we're going to incorporate this into our meditation today. And for meditation, let's go ahead and just sit. We're going to first, go through the process of relaxing the body. This is what we do yogasana for. We do yogasana, the physical poses of yoga is purely just to discipline the body, the mind, to coordinate the body, the mind, the breath, so that we can understand that connection and correlation, and also to calm the mind and bring us into this center point. And then we'll go through some pranayama, some breath control, because we don't want our nervous system all agitated, fight and flight, sympathetic nervous system activation, all that stuff. And we want to bring that prana in to really open up those channels for that connection deeper to our soul. And so I think today we'll do alternate nostril breathing, which is a really good breath technique. But before we start, I want to go over just a couple different things. So first, if you're watching this now or later, I want you just to put your thumb over your right nostril and see if you can inhale, exhale through your left. Nice and freely. And then put your ring finger on your left nostril. See if you can breathe through your right nostril. Good. If you could breathe through both sides, you're good for the breath technique. If you can't breathe through both sides, or there's some sort of discomfort, or even into the breath work you get discomfort and you're like, it's uncomfortable, stop doing it and just go into basic abdominal breathing that will start in the beginning. Okay? And then we'll go into a guided scan meditation, and then we'll go into silence. Okay, so let's go ahead and start first by, I'm going to turn this around. There we go. Okay, good. So let's start by closing our eyes. And you can open them at any time if you feel that you need to. And first, I just want to have us all scan our physical bodies. And start visualizing a source of light from the sun, like the rays of the sun are glimmering down onto the top of your head, bringing a sense of comfort, calmness, and also purity. Remember, the source of our soul itself is pure. We just have to relax into it. So begin relaxing across the top of your head. Visualize all the tissues just becoming soft, open, compliant. And visualize a softening, a relaxing across your forehead, your eyebrows, relax those. And let that awareness shift and move all around the eyes, all the way into the deep orbits of the eyes even. Relax those eye muscles. And let your awareness in the form of that moving light start coming across your cheeks, relaxing your cheeks, your smile muscles, your frown muscles. And start allowing just a softness to move down across the jaw, into the mouth. Let there be a little bit of space in between your back molars. Even relax the tongue. Relax the tongue away from the roof of your mouth. And draw your awareness to your neck. Let the back of your neck feel nice and tall, but not stiff, as well as relaxing across the front of your neck, the muscles attaching to your shoulders, the tops of your shoulders. Check that your shoulders aren't scrunched up. Maybe raise them once or twice and release them down. We really want our body to be soft and relaxed in meditation, yet upright. So allow that awareness, your awareness, and that light to move down through your arms, softening through the elbows, the forearms, circulating your awareness through the wrists and the hands. And place your hands wherever they're comfortable, maybe in Jnana Mudra with your thumb and first finger gently touching, or however they're comfortable. And now let your awareness come to your chest, releasing any type of constricting, holding. Take a couple deep breaths in and out with the exhale sigh. One more time. Big, big, big inhale. Big sigh out. And relax the chest muscles, the belly muscles, the shoulder blades. Maybe open and close your shoulders forwards and backwards a couple times and soften everything. And let that relaxation just flood down into the legs, lower legs, the feet, and all the way out. And become aware of your connection to the earth. Ground your energy to the earth while lifting it up towards the rays of the sun. And now just take a couple minutes, a few moments, to scan your physical body. Just observe and witness your physical body. And find a position of comfort. Maybe make a few adjustments if needed. And if you find there's any place in your body that's nagging for your attention, take note of that. Just place your awareness there. Adjust yourself if needed. And if that doesn't get rid of that sensation, that may be something for you to come back to and determine why that discomfort is there, whether it's physical or mental, emotional, holding, gripping. See if you can make just small, subtle adjustments to the alignment of your body to allow a little bit more space through the spinal region, through the midsection of your body, without creating strain or tension and gripping. Let's take a moment to scan our mind, because it's always that mind that wants to invade in the meditation. It wants to think about this and that, and this like and this dislike, and this expectation or disappointment. So just take a moment to listen to your mind. Just witness it. Don't produce more thoughts. Don't interact with any thoughts. Just take a moment to witness if there's any thoughts that are coming up into the mind saying, "Ooh, pick me." Usually the mind is pretty quick to offer up what it's wanting to focus on. So when these thoughts arise, just think of them like witnessing some clouds going by. But don't try to shoo them or sweep them away or jump on them and take a ride. So we're going to give our minds one solid minute to see what comes up. And then I want you to practice not becoming involved in it. Just allow it to float by. Just let those thoughts, if any, continue to drift by without jumping on them. Through the entire portion of meditation and breath work. Because they are these thoughts that will pull you out of your meditation. And it's normal for them to keep arising until you no longer become attached to them. So let's move a little bit deeper into some breath work now. Let's start by taking slow, deep breaths in and out. First, I just want to have you expand the way you're breathing in your prana. So take a slow, deep inhale in your own time. And exhale in your own time. On your next inhale and exhale, observe just the capacity of your lungs. See how much you're inhaling and how much you're exhaling. Two more times, and without trying to control or manipulate the breath, just witness what it feels like to take in a slow, deep inhale and slow, full exhale. Now on your next couple inhales and exhales, see if you can fill the capacity of your lungs even more by softening your belly. Don't tighten it, just let the belly be soft. And see if you can fill your lungs all the way up to the tip tops of your collarbones. Just take a big, giant, deep breath in. And when you're ready to exhale, gently contract the abdomen. Or allow the abdomen to press and assist the diaphragm and exhale a little bit more. See if you can exhale everything, 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 everything. So I'm going to take a slow, deep breath all the way in and then sip at the end to see if I could just fill my lungs a pinch more. We're just opening up our lungs right now. Inhale all the way. Soften your belly all the way. A little bit more. And exhale all the way. More. Now just soften your breathing. We're going to start the process of alternate nostril breathing. And alternate nostril breathing helps balance the right and left sides of the subtle body, the Ida, the Pingala, and the left and right sides of the brain, the right hemisphere, left hemisphere. And it helps us bring focus, bring concentration, dhyana, which is what we're aiming for in the initial stages of meditation. So you can use your right hand, you can use your left hand too, but right hand is typically preferred. And drop down your index finger and your middle finger. We're not going to use those fingers. We're going to use our thumb and our ring finger. You could start by placing your thumb on your right nostril and inhale. We're just going to practice for a second, and then take your ring finger and exhale out the other side. Inhale in one nostril. Switch fingers, exhale out the other. In one, out the other. We're just going to get that pattern for a minute. In one, out the other. In one, out the other. Now you go at your own pace and slow it down, deepen it, sink into it. But you can go back to just regular if you feel kind of lightheaded or funny, okay? So let's just sink into this. We're going to do this for at least 5 minutes. So like I said, if you start feeling not quite just right, just breathe regular and go at your own pace. And I'll keep the timer on. And I want you to just sink deep into this breath technique. Don't strain. Find the delicious quality in this breath technique. Really begin to relax into it. Remember, if the monkey mind pops up and says, "Ooh, pick me," just do as we did in the beginning and watch those thoughts drift by, because they're going to keep coming. Instead, create focus on the third eye. Right in between the eyebrows. Try not to let your eyes wander back and forth inside your vision. And really sink into the deliciousness of your breath. Really take your time. Feel the sensation of your breath. Eyes focused internally at the center of your forehead. Listen to the sound of your breath. Relax even farther into the breath. Eyes and attention fixed at the center of your forehead internally. And release your hand back down into your lap. And keeping your eyes closed if you're still comfortable. Now we're going to take a few moments to shift our awareness of our breath away from our minds and our bodies doing the breathing. That's how we often and usually think about this type of breath work. It is my mind choosing to make my body breathe like this. But now I'd like you to come into some soft waves of your breath, reconnecting your awareness of that light at the top of your head, bringing your attention to the forehead, the third eye, and allow your breath to feel as if there is a shift to the fact that your soul, your higher self, is choosing to breathe your physical body. And that it is your physical body and your mind which resists or does not resist being breathed. Now just observe for a couple minutes the shift in that attention and awareness and feeling, and see if you can find the deliciousness of that feeling. Relinquishing the mind from the driver's seat and allowing your soul to breathe into its physical envelope without the mind being naughty with likes and dislikes. Keep your attention at the third eye and just witness this breathing process. Allowing it to happen. Allowing that breath to flow however it comes, small, big, a sigh. Keeping your vision at the front of your forehead and awareness on that light source at the crown of your head, pouring into you as you breathe, welcoming it through the breath, allowing yourself to be breathed. If the mind wanders, let the clouds float by and bring your eyes and attention back to the third eye at the forehead. And we'll now move into complete silence. If you become distracted, come back to your breath only. Any other thoughts, just say, oh, that's a distraction. And concentrate on not letting the mind take you on a journey. Find the openness in yourself for the soul to sit in utter stillness. Create the stillness of your body, the stillness of your mind, not to resist the light and the consciousness and stillness of your soul. And I'll keep a timer. Now allow yourself to bring your awareness again to your breath, enjoying each inhale and exhale. As if your soul is saying, thank you for allowing the space for this breath and that beautiful bliss of that connection, that yoga. Take in about 10 beautiful breaths here. However you're drawn to breathe. It can be through the nose or the mouth, small or big. And enjoy these breaths in a state of mental and physical relaxation. Release any preconceived notions of what your breath is supposed to look like or feel like. Accept enjoying them, gratitude for them. Let that gratitude begin to spread with the breath. Imagine with each breath that gratitude is something that you can palpate, you can touch, you can perceive. And imagine it moving through the breath in the form of ease in the breath. And that's being carried through your bloodstream as it's absorbed through oxygen, prana. And as the body is soft and subtle, letting that gratitude move through all the vessels of the arms and the legs, the face, the belly, the organs. Visualize that and allow that for a moment, that breath to come through as gratitude and nourish all the blood, head to toe. And draw that gratitude in even deeper and allow your awareness to shift that gratitude into all your organs, beyond the lungs and the heart, into the stomach, the intestines, the liver, the bladder, the kidneys, all the little organs here and there, your reproductive system. Just bathe those organs in your awareness with gratitude. They do so much for us. And your soul says, thank you for allowing this light to enter into your physical body without the mind saying, meh, meh, meh. And let that gratitude, that light, to spread with your awareness through all your bones, your skull, your neck bones, your shoulder bones, your arm bones, your wrist, hand, and finger bones, all the way into the marrow even, the little tiny spaces in between that you're not even sure what they look like. And all the way down the bones of your spine, your pelvis bones, your leg bones, feet and toe bones. Visualize those lights like the glow in the dark, glowing with that light of your soul and gratitude. Make it yummy. And visualize that same quality moving through all the nerves of your body. All the known, the seen, the unseen in your mind's eye. All the way out to the skin. Visualize each breath carrying that light, that gratitude from the crown of your head, the base of your heart. Creating this beautiful vibration that radiates outward from you. A vibration that radiates outward from you and is perceivable by animals, plants, people, angels, spirits. That light of your soul. And hold that light for a moment. From the deepest crevice of your heart, the crown of your head, radiating through every single cell, space, nerve, bone, across your skin and outward. Bring your hands to your heart center, balancing the 5 elements of the right hand and left hand at the center of your upper and lower body. And I'd like to say a couple prayers for healing. You can take what you need and leave the rest behind. Bhurvuvasuvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. And repeat after me if you would like, silently or out loud. Peace in my body. Peace in my mind. Peace in my breath. And peace radiating from me, through me, everywhere I go. And then gently open your eyes. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe stretch out your arms a little bit. And just bring yourself into the awareness of your physical body. And I'd like to reread what we started with. and see, has it shifted in its meaning? Has it shifted in the way it translates to you? The soul releases Prakriti. Prana dances back to Smriti. When's our time we never know, till light it shines a brilliant show, transcending flight into beauty, creating space for newfound duty. Fix the mind on God each day, each breath. Find the space of God, each step, each death. See the face of God, each smile, each frown. Be the light of God, each life, each crown. So I think right now, in our current global climate, it's so important to be mindful and continue to remember that you are an embodiment of God, that every single living person is an embodiment of God. It is our body in its likes, dislikes, or its dis-ease, and our minds with our preconceived notions, expectations, attachments, and conditioning, our minds' dis-ease that causes us to constrict and dull that light, that supreme light that embodies us. It embodies us whether we know it or not, whether we're aware of it or not. Otherwise, we wouldn't be present. We wouldn't be alive. We wouldn't have Chetana. But how much are we allowing it in and radiating it? You know, in Ayurveda, they say that when prana, or life force, becomes deranged, vitiated, either in the physical body, if it's in the physical body and it becomes deranged, whether we're too gooey, too hot, too dry in the physical tissues, or clogged, and that would be gooey, that it causes pain, physical pain, vata, vayu, prana, life force. And that's why we eat appropriately, so we don't get too gooey and clogged, or dry and hot, or malnourished and, weak, or overly accumulated in one tissue or the other, causing nutritional imbalances, because then the vayu, the vata, becomes pain instead of life-giving prana. We'll translate that into the mind also. When the mind becomes too hot, too dry, too clogged by things that are undigested, thoughts that are undigested, things that we take in. It's like we're pouring all of this into our brain. Are we digesting it? And how are we digesting it? And when we don't digest or have the brain channels functioning well, too dry, too hot, too clogged, then the prana, the life force, instead of it bringing beauty and ojas, brings us pain, mental pain. So it's very important for us to relax the mind each day and see, is it too dry, too hot, too clogged? Too many thoughts going blah, 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 blah. And digest those thoughts. And sometimes we have to sit in meditation for a little longer and go, oh my gosh, when's this mind going to silence itself? Sometimes it's just a process of digesting. You know, if you eat way too much, you got to lay down for a little while. Like, oh my gosh, my tummy, I have a tummy ache. We get mind aches too. So take time each day to digest your thoughts, to process them, journal them, share them, whatever it takes. Exercise the body so that the prana is flowing, so your soul, life force is flowing as vayu, prana, chi, and not getting stuck through the mental or body constrictions causing pain, suffering, dis-ease. So I thank you all for taking time out to do work. Meditation, breath work is work. It's a practice. It's not always perfect. With practice, we get better and better at it. It gets easier and easier. So in your day-to-day, go out, radiate that light. Let it shine through you. It's already in you. Now just let it radiate through without dis-ease of the mind and the body. I'll have this class again next week, Wednesday, same time, same channel. Namaste, everybody.